Oh shit! Good morning, y'all. It's Timothy. It's 11:59 a.m. Wednesday, June 25th. I've had to re-record this video so many times because my phone keeps glitching. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm also gonna give a quick little life update just so that you can know how well I'm doing. So that, because I know sometimes I make videos where it'll be me crying dramatically on the floor, like having a total fucking breakdown. I hate to break it to you, that happens. I don't know if I want to say that happens hella often, but like, I'll put it this way: I've dealt with that quite a bit in my life, and I was just going through extreme mental turmoil of someone who lost like a new friend who they really liked, a friend that they've had since like fucking 2021 or 2022, like really like long friendship, like 3 years type shit. And then also a new friend they made that was a codependent relationship. So don't worry, how do I put this? I'm already over it because the way I work, I catch feelings for fucking anybody. I'm like, it's so funny what they say about bisexuals and queer people. Like, it's usually what, like, two things are true. One, all queer people know each other. And two, bisexuals go for anybody. And it's so funny. I talk to like almost all of my bisexual friends. We have the conversation of people like to think just because we're bisexual that we are hypersexual beings that want to fuck everybody. That's not true. Okay, well, sure, I fuck everybody, but it's not because I'm bisexual. It's because I'm a slut. And I have this conversation with every one of my bisexual friends, and they will all get online and tweet shit like, damn, I wish it was normal for us to make out with all of our friends and fuck our friends and sext our friends. And you all know each other. Stop subtweeting each other. Just make a fucking gay polycule like you fucking want to and build a commune like you goddamn want to and make a cult of Dionysus like you clearly fucking want with your hedonistic asses. Do it! Stop waiting! You all just come on now. I love gay people. I love gay people. But anyway, if you're like, okay, what about your buddy Karen? Karen was the one who, I think that's how you pronounce their name. What's so funny about their name is a chosen name, obviously, but Karen metaphorically means like a stack of rocks that people make on like to like let someone know when they're on a right path to like a human society or a safer area of being. And it is so funny because that's what they were like to me. I truly loved them. I did. And in so many different ways. I truly did. I thought to myself, this is a great person. They support me. They are keeping me going. And it was a connection I haven't really had in fucking years. No offense to anyone watching this video. You're still lovely and I still love and support you. But there's a difference between like a comment on a YouTube every day versus someone who's actively like almost every second that they're awake, you are on their mind and they care about you and they think about you. That was a beauty and a love that I appreciate having. It's a shame it ended, but deep down, I know to myself that I tried my best. I wanted somebody where it's like, hey, buddy, as much as I love you, can you handle a single day without me? Because, mind you, I was catching feelings for them. They were exactly my physical type. Their personality was great as hell. I liked a lot about them, and I think they truly liked me too, but they were repressing their emotions. Not to say that they couldn't have just not been interested romantically. If they truly weren't, that's also totally fine, but I'm gonna say it. If we are the type of friends where we have like a 7 hour phone call, and then you stay up for like another like fucking few hours at 3 a.m. just looking at all of my tweets and like listening to love songs, then like I'm gonna clock something. And whether it's just pure delusion on my behalf or what, it's like it's something I don't want to see as someone who has feelings that are not being reciprocated. I asked for 1 day of space, I didn't get it, and it's like I tried my best. I was trying to preserve our friendship, and I just wanted some space so that then. But no, they were the type of person to starve themselves and have nightmares and panic attacks and shit. And sadly, I said it before, I say it again, that made me even more attracted to them, that they couldn't stand to be without me. But it was one of those things where it's like, damn it. Like, just, just disappointment is what I'm saying. But like I said, I'm bisexual, and bisexuals move on very fast. So just like how they moved on with someone else in our queer friend group, I moved on because the second I met someone else who was bisexual, male, and shiny haired with a sweet personality, my mind just went from, oh my god, Karen is my everything, to like, oh, hello, Jason, or whatever the fuck their name is. I like how I have crushes on people and I hardly remember their fucking name. But, hey. And then, I focused on hobbies and I made new friends and had new opportunities and tried new things. I made art. I realized that there was still beauty in life with them or without them, and I'm still happy I met them. It's a shame that things ended so badly, but you know what? It's like, I'll put it this way. I see it as kind of like a testament to, like, I don't know, I'll just take it like a test. Like, hey, like, imagine the universe was sending you somebody to be like, hey, Timidity, um, we know you have issues with codependency and romance, and you really desire friendship. We're gonna send you an amazing friend group, like movie nights every fucking Friday, or even every fucking few days if you want, talking all the time, always in contact on almost every social media, all that shit. But you know what? We're gonna make this person obsessed with you in a way that is unhealthy, where you hardly have any room to breathe or truly grow as a person. They help you grow, but they're smothering you to the point where they're on your mind all the time. And oh, look, you're starting to get romantically attracted to them. You know what that does? It ramps up the mental illness. Up and up and up and up and up. So, mm, let's see how you handle this. And did I handle it well? Let's just say I'm repressing the way I handled it, and I'm not going to think about it, but I'm sorry. But am I? Not that much, but enough. But I'll put it this way, I'm leaving them alone. And I've moved on from the thing. Sometimes what you have to do is crash out and leave. Think of it like the equivalent of if you know you have to leave a place permanently, so you burn it down before you leave, so that you know that you can never go back to it. I forgot there's a story I read where that happens, but I guess that's what I like to do. Sometimes that's why certain relationships of mine end in fiery, chaotic ways, because I know myself. I will go back, and I can't go back. I can't have my health sacrificed like that. And I'll put it this way. They were codependent, anxious, and the type of person to claim that they didn't want to get wrapped up in someone else and obsessed with someone else, but they were, and they didn't want to stop it. I did. I was happy to keep the friendship going. I just was going to set boundaries and limits so that then we could be around each other as a support system, but not the only system. And I hate that that didn't work out. But you know what? Fuck them. So that's why they moved on to someone else very quickly, so that then they don't have to do any inner work. Because they'll keep going through life like a fucking victim. Like, why do I keep dating evil people? Why do I keep. And I can't leave. You can leave. Oh, you keep getting obsessed with people and choosing the wrong people and putting them on a pedestal and starving yourself if they don't give you any fucking attention because you hate yourself that much and you don't want to actually work on making a life that you like, or respecting yourself enough to figure out who is and is not worthy of your attention. Sucks for you, not for me. So fuck you, actually. And as time has gone on, I've been like, you know what, this is someone who didn't deserve my fucking attention, or not any more of it. So whatever happens to them next, I don't care. They made their bed, they can lie in. Now, back to me, because unlike them, I like to focus on myself. And I'm able to sit with myself and process my emotions. Let's talk about happy stuff. Damn, it's been 8 minutes that fast. Well, okay, let's move on. How's Timidity been doing? I've been doing really well. Ever since the friendship ended, I got in contact with this really nice girl. She's from New York. She is extremely beautiful, very, very friendly, and it is a platonic connection. I will say this, I'll put it this way, a platonic connection that is not overwhelming. Like a good balance of like, okay, we'll talk to each other and stuff every now and then. And we shared lore, we talked, and we did talk for like hella hours too. Like, I don't think it was 7 hours straight in a phone call, but it was like six, like one, it's like, I messaged her at like 11:56 a.m. and we stopped talking at like 7 or 8:56 p.m. my time type shit over like just walkie-talkie style voice messages. Really fun. She's an artist and creative, and she's really cool, and she flirted with me a little bit, but deep down it's like, we should just be friends. I know what I need for myself for the most part. And also, well, I'm not going to share all the details regarding our friendship. Let's just say, between the age gap, because she's like, how old is she? She's like 21? Yeah, she's 21. And I am turning, I don't want to talk about my age, don't worry about it. All I'll say is she has a lot of growing to do and a lot of things that she needs to learn and experience, and I'm not one of them. We are one of those people that would make great best friends. If we were to date, I'll put it this way. Just I don't feel comfortable dating a woman unless I have like stable income and like maybe transition. I'm just saying. It is interesting and kind of affirming that it's like the idea of dating a woman does make me dysphoric. Not to say that I wouldn't date a woman as a woman, but it's just like, I feel more comfortable as a man doing that. Like, thank you. A femme that turns mask or whatever when she dates a woman is very interesting. Hmm. I wonder. Anyway, I've been doing good. I've like, funny enough, like I thought I was doing okay recently about it, but then like a few days or a week ago, I thought about them a little bit too long. After a while of like having several days straight not thinking about it and feeling like I was moved on. But you know how sometimes you can just like see something small and you think about them. I forget what it was. It was some. Oh, I remember. Someone posted a Marina and the Diamonds song online. And I saw just like a small little clip of that on someone's like Instagram story. And next thing you know, I just fell apart. And I remember why. Because ironically, during me and Karen's like second attempt at making space, because I told them it's like, hi, I'm getting inconsistency from you in this, and that, and whether it's delusion on my part or if you really do have repressed emotions for me, it's messing with me a bit. And I have feelings for you and I need to get them settled because I truly care for you and adore you. Da 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 da. And I remember that because I knew how they were as a person, I blocked them so that then at the very least they couldn't interact with me. Not that I wanted to shove them out, it was more just I didn't need the type of person where I ask for space and then it's like less than 4 hours of me being awake and they're already blowing up my phone again. It's like, no, you have to respect my boundaries. Like, and I did care for them. But I remember, like, after one of our falling outs, they did post a song by Marina and the Diamonds, Bubblegum Bitch, like less than a few minutes after I had been talking to them and blocked them. And it was the song Bubblegum Bitch by Marina and the Diamonds. And if you're wondering, it felt, I still don't know what it meant when they posted that song. It could have been scathing, because I did mention how I would see them on their Spotify listening to like romantic based songs whenever they talked to me or after they talked to me. Like, it's like you're staying up late until 3 a.m. listening to fucking songs like Love Bomb or You're the One That I'm Dying For and shit. Like, it's gonna get to me, as well as all the sappy, yearning subtweets and shit. So for them to post that song, I don't know if it was mockery or what, or if it was just them genuinely posting their emotions and trying to be vulnerable or whatever. But if you're wondering, there is a line in Bubblegum Bitch where it's like, oh dear diary, I met a boy, he made my dull heart fill up with joy. Oh dear diary, we fell apart. Welcome to the life of Electra Heart. And it's like, God, they're an idiot. I'll put it this way. And also, that kind of proves my point. It's like, okay, are you just posting that song just to post, or are you posting it as like I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's like, Jesus Christ, the maturity levels are not there, which is a shame. I did like them. But whatever the fuck, they had issues, and it's not my responsibility to deal with them. Like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them. I think they have some sort of borderline personality disorder, but it's not my issue, not my circus, not my monkeys. And just, damn it, I was trying not to make this video about them. Isn't that ironic? I guess it's good. It makes me check in to just see how I'm doing. Oh, but as I was saying, I fell apart, ironically. And then, because I thought to myself, damn it, why did things fuck up with them? I don't want to think about them. I miss them. I hate them. I liked them. I loved them. What the fuck is wrong with them? What the fuck is up with me? Why am I still thinking about them? And I was emotional. And so I remember I have a process. If I get too depressed, I get a 2 liter of Mountain Dew, or two if I'm really fucked up. And I just chugged like one and a half of those things endlessly because I like the little euphoric, like floating feeling I get when I have too much caffeine in my system. And let's just say, me and him. Let's just say I stayed up the entire night just writing songs about the situation, writing songs about the dreams I had relating to them, writing songs about like my affections for them and how fucked up things ended and the codependency and the double standards and the hypocrisy and all of that shit and how it hurt so fucking bad and how I was fine not dating them. I was fine not having them romantically. I just wanted to be fine existing without them for a little bit so that they couldn't consume every fucking time, every moment of my mind and my heart and my soul. You know what I mean? They were so close to being perfect. and I would have been fine with them not being perfect either, and they were afraid of not being perfect in my eyes. And I don't know, something's wrong with them. I don't know, I don't care. Or I say I don't care, but I think I'm gonna cry thinking about it again. Anyway, but I wrote a bunch of songs, and they actually came out good. And I've been getting back into rapping recently, and I've been happy with that. And I have been. What else have I been up to? Yeah, made a new friend who's like, sort of like hella like social media famous in NYC, or at least modestly. I won't say micro influencer, but she's pretty damn fucking cool. Uh, oh, this is what happened. This is very funny. I've been helping out with a bunch of like comedy showcases and open mics recently. I've been the DJ, I've been the videographer, I've been like anything you can imagine. And I've had a lot of fun. I've worn cute outfits that are outside of my usual range of like fashion. I've been getting invited to events, even like really cool ones, entirely awesomely for free. Like someone hit like the fucking co-producer to this huge variety show. He was like, "Are you doing anything tonight? I'd like you to come through for the variety show." I said, "Oh, well, thank you. I could be." I said, "I'll have to think on it. I maybe I'll show up. I don't know." And I remember that specific day. I was laying down in the fetal position in bed, miserable as fuck, brain fogged as fuck because I drank a fuck ton of Mountain Dew, miserable as fuck, and my sleep schedule was fucked up. Everything about me was fucked up. I was at the stage of, do I want to die or do I want to not? And I think I crashed out really hard, and I don't remember what I did actually. That's pretty common for a crash out with me. All I know is that same producer guy, he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, well, I can let you in for free. Just come on." And I put on a super cute outfit. I socialized my ass off. I was there with the homies having a blast. I made tons of new friends, or at least temporary ones. It was so nice. I hugged so many people and got so many compliments, and I just had a blast. I loved it. I loved every second of it. And then as for there was someone else. Who was it? Then next thing you know, I was also going to like all these different comedy shows and open mics and all these cool little events. Even just the other day, like sometime I forget. I think this did happen. Yeah, it did happen. Funny enough, when I was having a really really rough day, I was like, I'm gonna dress really fucking cute, and I got dressed up really fucking cute and just went on a stroll to get some emergency food from my downtown area in my city because I was so fucking depressed and I wasn't eating and I was not taking good care of myself. So I forced myself to take care of myself. And I went out for just a little stroll. And then, funny enough, I walked past this FedEx and I see somebody in the window and I'm like, that guy has really nice hair. Reminds me of, oh shit. And then I looked back and they're looking at me and they recognize me and they're like, what the fuck? Is that Tam? And I'm like, hey, Jason, what the fuck? What are you doing here? And then Jason is just like, Jason, for example, he's someone who I've seen twice at like open mics, and each time he's been very sweet in my direction and flirty. I like it. And he was like, "Oh, I'm just handing out like posters for like this LGBT showcase. It's raising money for the Trevor Project for suicide hotlines for trans youth and like gay youth and whatever." And that was super fun. I got to ask them which letter of the I actually, it's so funny how I asked. I was nervous because they were cute, and I don't know how to I was in a weird mood that day, but I try my best to socialize despite the autism and all the other stuff. I was like, "Which number in the LGBT are you?" And he kind of paused and he was like, "I'm the B." And I was like, "Oh, cool, me too." I didn't tell him I was the T because that's confusing math and I don't want to confuse niggas. But regardless, and then next thing you know, like I was like, I texted him, I was like, "If you want help passing out those flyers that you were printing sometime, let me know." And then funny enough, like a few days passed, and then I remember I was at home. I forget what I was doing. I was laying down on the floor like I am now, just miserable. I forget about what. I don't think it was about Karen. And it probably wasn't. I think this time it was just. Oh, I remember. My phone was malfunctioning and my computer was malfunctioning and a bunch of shit was just malfunctioning, so it was pissing me the fuck off. So you know what? I was like, fuck this shit. And then thankfully it stopped malfunctioning right at the moment that Jason had messaged me like, "Hey, I'm outside your place if you want to help pass out the flyers." And I, speedy as fuck, you had never seen a person get dolled up that fast. I spun the fuck up, put on a cute push-up bra, crop top, earrings, red matching beret, fucking all the nice like perfume oils I got, and I strutted out looking sexy as fuck like a Bratz doll mixed with a Mycene girl. I looked amazing. He was gagged. He was like, holy shit. And like, We passed out flyers. We talked. Man, I was getting stares and good stares and compliments left and right. We were joking around, having a blast. And then I got to gossip with them about all the shit I know in the comedy scene and like shit I've dealt with like years before, shit I know now. We had a lot of fun. And then they were like, hey, if you come with me, I'll get you into the comedy show for free. I was like, bet. And so we go to the comedy spot together. And me, I thought I was just going to be there as an audience member. But since we walked in at the same time, the owners recognized him. And also because they saw me and they were like, ooh. Like, I think, I'll put it this way. Most do not, I'll put it this way. I'm seen as kind of like a right hand man in the comedy scene in a sense, or like just like a good luck charm in the comedy scene. They know like if you bring me to an event, your event is going to go very well. So that's why I get invited to a bunch of free shit. I know that sounds arrogant, but it's true. That's why whenever there's a comedy show, people will be like, hey, you want to go to this? I'll get you in for free, get you a drink or some food, and I'll give you a ride. And it's like, hell yeah. That's the type of shit I like. And then on top of that, what else happened? But yeah, I strutted in with him, and then I was just already standing next to him. So the bartender who was in charge, like, was just like, "Oh, you the co-host?" And me, I just, without a pause, I just said, "Yeah." And I think Jason, I don't think he had a massive reaction. I think he just was like, okay, let's let her go along with it. Let's see what opportunities having her as a co-host can bring. And I was just helping out a storm. And then he quickly realized, because he didn't know me too well, but he quickly realized why I'm always around in the comedy scene and why people always invite me to events and shit, or why I'm always, because I love production. I love helping stuff out. If you have a party, I'm gonna help you plan it. If you have an event, I love planning it. I think I got that from my mom. She has the same fucking skill, funny enough. I want things to work out efficiently, and I love the math that it takes to take it from like just a shitty bar to a hit comedy's fucking scene. I was doing shit he didn't even know he should be doing. Like straight up. I was like, here, let's do a mic check. Except also, here, walk closer to me and walk around with the mic so that you can see the limit. Someone can walk and go with the mic before it starts warbling, in case they are one of the comics that want to like move around or dance as they fucking perform. And like he was asking my insight, but like there was an upstairs and a downstairs, and he was like, which do you think is better, upstairs or downstairs? I was like, upstairs smells like fucking weed and roaches. But you know what? Like if you put on some Febreze or something in this area, I think it could fucking work. And then on top of that, let's see. There's tons of good shit. Like it was just fun. I felt good. It felt good. Like already it felt like, how do I put this? It made me feel powerful. It made me feel in control and important and liked, maybe even loved for a little bit, and it felt good. And then because I was there, funny enough, like I'll put it this way. I think another factor is that most of the people I deal with who are comedy producers, they are just like white dudes or like young Asian college boys or whatever. It's like, if you're in my fucking city, which is mostly like black people and stuff, or hell, most environments, it's like you're just some fucking guy. They're gonna like if you're a sweet girl with big fucking eyelashes and titties, then you are gonna get away. Like, which do you think is gonna work out better? An old man being like, "Hey, sailor, what do you feel about us using those big speakers over there?" Or someone saying, "Oh, excuse me, out of curiosity, would you mind if we use those big speakers over there? Like, is that something we can do? It's okay if not, just let me know." They're gonna like the fucking latter. Like, even last night at an open mic I was at, like, this dude was trying to tell my buddy Joe, he was like, you can only have one or the other, blah, 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 blah. But the second I showed up, he was like, okay, fine, you can do it this time. It's like, it's handy. And also, I know how to butter niggas up without much effort. I was out there like, like, I had the charms, and so like the bartender was smiling like hell. He was just happy that I was there. Hell yeah, he was in a good mood. He was in such a good mood that even when there was an issue with the table arrangements, because at first he was like, "Nah, you can't move all those seats because we don't even know if you're gonna have an audience yet." To a little bit of time around me and shit, he was like, "You know what? I got OCD, so how about you move all those and move some in the back? Like, fuck it. You know what? We might as well. I trust you." And like, it was great. I loved that shit, and it was so much fun. And then the comedy show started, and it all went very well. Like, how do I put this? Do I think the comedians were the funniest? No, but still pretty good, all things considered. I had a nice time, even though I was a little bit adrenaline up. But then something happened. Calamity happened. A spotlight stopped working completely out of nowhere. a spotlight stopped working. And it was the main spotlight that we were lucky to get in the first place. Because before we would have just had a rinky dink fucking ring light to use that you use on your phone to light up the whole showcase, which would have been pathetic. So when we found the spotlight, it was this beautiful big pinkish white one that makes everyone's skin glow. It's like, there we go. But then guess what? Right as we were getting to the headliner, it stops working. And I see Jason in the background. He's like trying to balance and like repeatedly hold the cords in a stupid way, like you would with a fucked up iPhone charger, trying to figure out how to get it right, and he and the owner are panicking. And at some point I thought to myself, okay, I'm already not enjoying the showcase, and I've seen the headliner, who I love, perform a million times over. I thought to myself, I think I'll sacrifice myself for it. Fuck it. I'm gonna do this and try. I got it in me. I'm gonna try. So I quietly sprung up and went to the back, and I just was like, here, let me help. And I helped, and I held that cord in place so the spotlight was working. And then Jason was like, oh, you just gonna hold it like that? For real, for us? And I was like, yeah, why not? Fuck it. Like, I wasn't doing shit anyway. And he was like, he recognized it was crazy as hell to do. Like, he was gonna do it himself, but even then, he was gonna just give up at some point. I was just, like, gonna pose avant-garde as fuck. And you should have seen how weird it looked. I had a leg in the air balancing on one toe and everything. But it was like a fun little endurance challenge, and I really wanted the showcase to work out because it was so impressive, and I wanted to make sure that it's like the pretty good crowd they had, not huge but very substantial. I wanted to make sure they stayed. I didn't want it to just be like the headliner performing in the dark, like, or having the lights flick on and off. Excuse me. It worked at first, but then even if I held it in place or whatever, what really sucked is the outlet, I guess, burnt out. So it just like the outlet itself was the issue. The owner of the bar, he sprung up and he was like, here, let me change the outlet entirely. He unplugged the lights and then brought another outlet, plugged it, and then he was about to plug it in, but then he realized it was this much too short and he could not physically yank the cords to make it work. So he was like, damn it. And I said, it's okay, we could do the original method again. I'll just keep replugging and unplugging when it fucks up, I guess. And that method was fucked up, but it did kind of work. I'm sure the audience was confused as fuck, because imagine you're watching a showcase where the lights just keep flickering on and off, on and off, on and off, light dark, light dark, light dark. It was funny as fuck. But I will say it like this. So I was balancing the fucking lights. So anyway, there was some like, I don't know, have you ever been to a bar that has those little like plastic huge, like several feet tall, like plastic cubes that light up or whatever? So they had some of those, and I was like, okay, you know what, I can, like, it was at a perfect like butt height for me, so I kind of like sat on top of it at like with one leg up to at least ease myself of like the total pain of being awkwardly stretched out against a wall, mind you. You want to know what happened? It was all going so well, but then the second Jason was like, damn, the lights are out again, you gotta do it. And then right as I was unplugging the lights, the fucking weird ice cube stacked light thingies, like the thing I was balancing on, fell out from under me. So then I saw a fucking light. I'm not even kidding. I saw a fucking light, and it wasn't the spotlight. I thought to myself, this is how I die. I fall, and it is the most catastrophic sound ever. I want you to picture, like, imagine, like, a room that is filled with nothing but, like, 2 liters and empty cups. Just, I wish I could mock the noise for you, but all of these cups are filled. It sounded like a fucking library fully just, like, exploded in the background or something. Just fucking calamity. And so I busted the shit out of my spine, my ass, my arm, all that. It hurt like shit. And then everybody in the audience turned around to stare at me in total awe and horror and a lot of fear. Like, girl, what the fuck just happened? And the host, at first he was like, oh shit. But then he started laughing like, that is kind of fucking funny. And then afterwards, like, I waited until the host ended, and someone from the audience, they saw me still trying to balance with the lights despite busting my ass. And the second the host stopped talking, an audience member came up to me with his family. He was like, the show's over. You can stop with the lights now. I said, oh, thank God. And they laughed their ass off. And every single person there, either, like, everybody had the same look of, like, sadness, like, oh. But also being amused and laughing, and also just being like, hell yeah, we like her. She's a fucking go getter. She tried to save this show. Amen. Like they were happy as hell I was there. And Jason, he came up to me after with his sexy ass, sorry, and his beautiful and bisexual with the shiny hair. Oh yes. And he came up to me and he was like, Tam, I feel so bad about what you did. Like, but I'm so glad. Like I'm hella thankful. I'm so genuinely so grateful. Thank you so much for being here. You really made this show, and I feel so bad that you happened. Would you like me to pay you? Like if you give me your Venmo, I can genuinely pay you for this. And I was like, I know myself too well. One, I fucking hate Venmo. Two, I said, oh, how about this? How about you just give me some food in the area from next door? That works for me. And he was like, okay, that sounds good. And so I had the most delicious chicken shawarma with tzatziki ever. And I also was laying down writhing in pain on the floor for 2 days straight, but this time, instead of it being emotional pain, it was physical pain, but a large feeling of love, accomplishment, and joy brought upon me. It was pain brought not from wasting away with endless amounts of Mountain Dew and emotional turmoil. It was pain brought to me from busting my ass in the pursuit of trying to help out some lovely people and being rewarded heavily for it. Amen. And by heavily, it's like, sure, one could be like, just a chicken shawarma. That's still a win to me. That's like in a video game. I don't know if you've ever played the video game Mode 96, but, you know, if you do well in certain chapters of the game, people will be like, thanks for doing that, kid. Here's a free burger or something. It feels like that. It feels like, congratulations, you won, yippee! Like, cha-ching! Loading screen and your stats about how you're gonna level up, and then your reward is like, here's a fucking juicy hot shawarma with extra tzatziki and chips. And like, you also have this contact added to your phone now, and it's like, it was like, hell yeah, bestie, I'm leveling up. And it did feel like a level up. Because it's like, hell yeah. And then lo and behold, ever since that happened, I haven't really been tripping off of you know who. And it feels good. It feels nice. Moving on, it feels good. But yeah, oh, also, I've been dressing up super nice. Like, astronomically nice. To the point where it's blowing people's fucking minds. Like, one of my videos got reposted to this page that has like 100K fucking people following it. Because it's like, people, wow. People left and right keep coming up and asking me if I'm a model. Like, people are turning their heads in awe when I walk down the street. Like, I'm gonna say it. Even just this morning, someone messaged me and they were like, I bought 2 tickets to the weekend on July 8th. Would you like to come with me? It's like, see, because that's when, like, okay, popping off. I'm fucking with this. It's like, I'll put it this way. I love life. I'm so happy to be alive. And I'm so happy to know that my life doesn't have to be restrained to just like some pale twink on a computer screen that lives in like Virginia. Like, nah, my life is more than just that. I get to have a life where it's like, look, I'm well regarded in the comedy scene. People come up to me and they tell me, you're funny as fuck, you're hilarious, you need to get on a mic. Even the best comedians I know are telling me that. That's really sweet. I have people like giving me all sorts of praise. Like I step out onto the scene, even people who hate me stop and stare and clutch their fucking pearls. And they're like, hey girl, you look amazing, give me a hug. Like, good shit. Like, I'll put it this way. Life, wow, I don't know. Even last night, it was funny. I had this dress that I got when I was like 14, and I've never worn it because I had bad memories associated with it from my family or whatever. But I wore it last night, and I forgot that my body has definitely changed a lot since I was 14. It's like, yeah, I'm not like a malnourished fucking ninth grader anymore. I'm a grown woman. And so the grown woman body in the exact same dress, let's just say the dress was supposed to be at the knees or past the knees, and it was a mini dress on me. I looked like motherfucking Nicki Minaj, bitch. Titties out, ass out, waist on slim. Oh, I had people full on gagging. I was getting stares left and right, but in a good way. I had all sorts of people being like, you're looking damn good, Tam. Looking good in that dress. That color is nice on you. Like, random ass people would be like, ooh, girl, okay, I see you with the, ah! Like, this one dude in the comedy scene who's well revered, he like straight up was like, oh, okay, sweetie, damn, okay, I see you, Miss Lady, sugar baby. Your girl is on fire. Ah, sorry. Huh. I'll put it this way: it's a powerful feeling, and I'm just stepping into my power, and it feels great. Because when I step into my power, it is something that you physically feel, and it's one of those things that it still shocks me when it happens, but it makes me feel happy. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those beautiful feelings where it's just like, I'm feeling like me again. Like, a new me. And I'm still grateful for my friend because I feel like they still helped to send me to a certain level of like, hey, look, you can be liked, you can be loved, you can be adored, worshipped, cherished, you can be treated like a fucking goddess. Like, people actively want you around to, like, and want, like, really, really. And it feels, I don't know how to say this without getting emotional, but you know what? Fuck it. I told myself years ago, I made a promise that I'd be vulnerable. Sometimes it's, you go a long point in time without feeling like anybody cares about you at all. It's why I had shitty friends around. Because it's like, you know what, if I can just be the friend that helps them, as if I'm some sort of fucked up trope they have in movies where it's like the token black person who says the right words to guide them on the right path and then gets discarded. You know what? That works. I can handle being the manic pixie dream girl that is cool and fun and cute and boosts your self esteem and then fucks off and you don't think about her. I can be the sexy vixen that sits across you at the dinner table and doesn't say a fucking word as long as you get the ego boost you need, as you ask nothing about me. I can be the expendable person who is useless if you need it. But is that what I wanted? No, I wanted to be loved, liked, appreciated, valued, seen for my worth. And I'm working on it. Like, don't get me wrong. How do I put this? I've been kind of dealing with the thing of, okay, I need to make sure I can do things in my life without someone else around. So it is a bit funny that it's like, oh, look, you have the friend of your dreams, a friend who adores you, is obsessed with you, loves you so fucking much. Way too fast. And they cannot function without you. And I wanted it to work. But at the same time, I knew that they were a reflection of unhealed wounds of themselves and maybe even mine. And I'll put it this way, I had the self awareness to be like, if this goes unchecked, it's gonna get bad. Like, they call it with autistic and borderline and bipolar people and stuff, a favorite person. When there's a person who you like so much that everything gets wrapped up in them because they're one of the few people you can truly relate to and find love and affection in. Or hell, you just attach yourself to them and put them on a pedestal in your mind. I knew myself too well. I was like, I know what I'll do. And as much as I adored them, romantically, platonically, in all of the ways, I knew damn well I was like, I sincerely, beautifully, I recognize their value and I want it to last. And the way to get it to last is like, okay, can I handle a day where I go out and paint in the sun and write and process my emotions and figure out hobbies and things to do without you? And sadly, the answer is no. Can they communicate? Not exactly. Not when the moment called for it. And like, wounds got triggered, things happened, everything exploded or imploded, whichever works best. But you know what? It's fine. Life didn't end for me, and I don't give a fuck what it does for them. Because at least I can say to myself that I knew what I needed, and it was not them. I wanted them, but I needed a life entirely. They were supposed to be a factor to bring my life to be better, not my entire life. Because if they were my entire life, then no offense, it's like, I don't know if I would have achieved a lot of the things I already have achieved with them around. Like, if someone would have been like, hey, you want to go to this cool variety show event tonight? Maybe I would have said no just to stay home and talk to them and tweet to them and always think about them. I probably would have had my usual obsessive cycle of romance with people. I probably, like, I'm not trying to be like a fox in the grapes where it's like just because the grapes are out of reach, I'm going to say they're sour. I'm just saying deep down, sure, there could be, was hypothetical good. That's hypothetical. I tried my best with hypothetical good, and we saw how that happened and how things worked out. I know the bad, the realistic bad. I like that was an insecure person who hated themselves and had it self-fulfilling prophecies and codependency issues and very low self-respect. And that is someone who, you can't fix some people. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. They were healing, but they were not like a resolution. Like, like the type of person who like if this were a video game, they'd be the type of person who would like give you like a healing potion and then be on their way, like a cool NPC. They're not supposed to be a character who joins you on your journey. As much as you wish they were, sadly, they're a locked character. They are meant to just be a cool NPC who you really fuck with. That's okay. And as much as I adored and cherished them, well, what can I say? And it's like, I don't know. Sometimes people are meant to be chapters in books, not the entire story. So it's like it wasn't a romance story, they were just like a subsection. A really fucking cool one, but it's like, okay, it's okay. I can watch, like, we didn't need to watch the second part of Kill Bill 2 together. We didn't need, just, there's nothing else that they could have done. Because you know what? Life's been fine without them. I would go, I'm going to take a mental health walk, and it's going to be annoying without having them rooting for me, but it's okay, because I'm an independent person. I can do it myself. And there's tons of whimsy and stuff to enjoy on this planet. You know what happened? I went out and I stumbled upon like an arts workshop where a lady was like, yeah, just drop in for free here, paint with us for entirely free. We do these like every Tuesday and Thursday. I was like, oh, okay, awesome. And then I just painted with a bunch of friendly strangers and had a fun time and socialized, and it was beautiful and amazing. I had so much fun. Like, I'll put it this way, did I really want another connection where I would have seen someone as such a beautiful light that they would have burned me up? I didn't want a love that consumed me and swallowed me whole. I wanted to be savored, I wanted to be desired, I wanted to be liked, but of course I wanted to live. I know myself too well to know how bad it can get. And also, no offense, they were also showing signs of that. At least I can say I was the smart one who wanted to escape while I fucking could, because I knew how bad it could get. And they were someone who didn't have the necessary communication skills, emotional intelligence, or inner work that they wanted to do. So they moved on to someone else because it's easier to find a new person than to bother to figure out what's wrong with you, to make you keep choosing the wrong people, to make you keep losing yourself in others. It's so pathetic. But that's their issue. So did I love them? Absolutely. But do I also recognize that is a person who is damaged? And I did not need extra damage? Of course. I was already, like, I wanted to love them through the damage, but deep down, they couldn't love themselves through it. And they couldn't even love me during it, like, the slightest bit of bad. So it's like, fuck them. So, fuck them. And as they get to text whoever and jump from one person to the next, flirting and texting and doing anything they can to avoid the fact that they don't like their life, they don't like their family, they don't like themselves. They are so lame. I get to be me. I get to be the person who goes out and learns about cool, like, rare Japanese Goeitian watercolor paintings. I get to go out to, like, cool events and museums and concerts and variety shows, and I have more people than just them who love me, and I respect them. I have people who actually value me and can give me space and can praise me and can treat me well, and that when I come out, they're like, hey Tam, looking gorgeous as always, how you doing, beautiful, and ask how I'm doing and joke around and have fun. And I'm building a community. I'm building consistency and happiness and love and joy, and I'm super happy about that. God bless. I'm so happy. So I really like what my life is, and it's only getting better. Alright, that's all I gotta say for now. Bye. Thank you for listening. Bye. Ooh, how am I tired? Well, okay, I'm probably dehydrated from all the caffeine.